Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Range Rover Evoque. Then I'll take you for a drive in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. The first thing is I'm not getting out of this car. It's horrific out there, but best car to be in, a Range Rover of any description. It's a 2.2 SD4 Autobiography. It's automatic, 2015 on a 64 plate, has done 83,958 miles. Fuel economy, urban 39.2 miles per gallon, extra urban 53.3 miles per gallon, and combined is 47.1 miles per gallon. Has a 0 to 60 time of 8 seconds, a top speed of 121 miles per hour out of a 4-cylinder 187 brake horsepower 16 valve engine. This vehicle will park itself both perpendicular and parallel, and it will get you out of a tight parking space automatically. Blind spot warning indicators, high pressure headlamp wash, front and rear parking sensors, 360 cameras, multi-spoke alloy wheels, plastic wheel arch protection mouldings, full panoramic glass roof, rear privacy glass, power open tailgate, power close, reversing camera, twin aluminium exhaust tips, and keyless entry. Service history. Good service history here. First one's a PDI, so I won't bother with that. 4th of the 8th, 2015 at 16,936 miles, Guy Salmon Land Rover. 5th of the 1st, 2016 at 29,169 miles, Guy Salmon Land Rover. 14th of 7th, 2016 at 46,027 miles, Guy Salmon Land Rover. 8th of 11th, 2017 at 59,297 miles, Hunter's Land Rover. 24th of 5th, 2019 at 67,823 miles, DVS Limited. 1st of 10th, 2020 at 74,046 miles, DVS Limited. 15th of 11th, 2022 at 81,010 miles. That's done at Speedies. I did notice all the tyres are like brand new as well. Really nice car. For ends red, I think it is, with magnolia or cream leather. Great specification. That's the key. As long as you've got the key on you, you shouldn't really put it there because that's the parking brake, which I never use. But anyway, so foot on the brake. As long as the key's in the car, your car will start. It's got TV as well. I won't show you because you can never switch the things off. But this is the parking here. If you click on that, that's parallel parking. Click it again, perpendicular parking. Click it again, will get you out of a tight spot, and that's it off. And we've also got one of the things with the cameras. When they first came out, I thought they were a fantastic idea. But to be fair, you've seen all the problems I have with my GoPros. These GoPros are in the car. They're supposed to be action cameras. They're in the car, they're dry, they're kept dry all the time. When they're not in the car here, they're in a big padded camera bag. So they're all really well looked after. They're not stuck in the bumpers all around the car in the freezing cold weather, in the pouring rain, banging the tailgate, banging the doors and so on, and going over bumps, all those things. These cameras, I'm lucky if they last 12 months before I have to replace them, and they're mollycoddled. So you can imagine what it's like for a camera in the car, going through car washes, getting power washed. Just anyway. So the reason why I don't think they're a good idea anymore is we have to keep replacing them, and nobody uses them. I don't think. I don't use them. But so extra features. You first of all home menu, then extra features. I click on it, extra features. You've got cameras there. Go into cameras. Click at the top there. That brings them all up. Look, and you can see there's that one blue screen, front right. Somehow it always seems to be the front right that goes on these, but all the rest you can see out of. You see there, I can just click on that and enlarge it. So that's it. Go back. Let's just see, enlarge that one. That's the side. That's so you see there the front wheel moving, so you don't damage you scuff your alloys when you get in too close, I suppose. that's basically it. That's the rear camera. Enlarge. So that's the reversing camera. So it's got all those anyway. Special views. So I can click there. That's the. I was going to put my window down, but I can't because the camera's on here. But you'll see there if I just turn that to the right, you see the right front window. But apart from that, it's a gimmick. I mean, honestly, they cost us so much that what can you say? Oh, there we go. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, heated front windscreen. Actually, I may have to put my sunglasses on because we've gone from torrential rain to sunshine. Oh, before we get going, we'll do the memory seat roulette. So position 1 I've changed for myself, and that's easy enough to do. So you just get where you want to be. Click, I just need to be further back there. Click memory, click 1. That saves your door mirrors and your seats. Now then, this is position 2. I don't know who's had this car before. Position 2, you'll see the door mirrors changing to where they used to have it. So that's where they used to drive. Position 3. Position 3 is even. So position 3, that I don't know what position that is anyway. So back to position 1 for me. There we go. Car's got great audio system. It's got Meridian speakers, Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming, and then of course I'm going to put my shades on. And then we've got the full pan roof, into drive. Let's get going. The pan roof is a great thing. It does change the interior of the car. Nice light and airy. Put that on nav. Don't want that. It's got dual screen TV as well. So the driver can't watch the TV when the car's moving, but the passenger can. However, what the driver can see, if he wants, is his sat nav. So passenger can watch TV, drivers can still have the sat nav and the sat nav screen to see where they're going. Which is a good design. Steering wheel's getting nice and toasty. Now I've just received a text, which means I'm going to stop up here and have a look at it. What a nice view of the road. You see all round. You're not frightened of going through puddles or streams. You've got your terrain response here. Oh, actually, if I click that over there, that's into dynamic. Yeah, that's dynamic, and all the dials go red, the car gets angry, and the throttle's more responsive. Steering wheel feels like it is, but whether it is or not. But to be honest, I don't need it's in dynamic. Yeah, it's just a whole lot nicer driving it in general. Let's just get this. Can't get comfortable today. So that's it. Wipers are good. So the tyres, I'll just check my texts. Right, park, handbrake on, ignition off, check my text. Right, no. Put on the brake, start again, into drive, away we go. Must remember to show you the blind spot indicator warning lamps. They're a real good idea. They really are. So they're quite cheap, and they only need to stop you pulling out once, and you've probably saved a motorcyclist's life, or perhaps even your own if there's a lorry coming. One of the reasons I sold my Fireblade was I was overtaking a car which had a caravan on the back, and on a dual carriageway, and all of a sudden, just as I got alongside, he started pulling across, or just as I was getting alongside, he started pulling across, which left me little room for the oncoming traffic to squeeze through without a real big handful, or braking and still getting clipped by his caravan. And if he'd have had blind spot indicator warning lamps, I'd probably still have a Fireblade and clean pants. Said before, I like the look of these Evoques. Best looking car of its class, I think, and best design, best drive, best four-wheel drive system, easiest to use. We've got cruise control, that's just on the right here. Again, click that, that's it, cruise is on. No messing about. I do think in the early days that Land Rover designers had to design things that worked when people had freezing cold hands, it was pitch black, and they'd got big gloves on and big coats. And I think they should go back to that now. Touch screens do not belong in a car when you're bouncing all over the place. You're just asking for trouble, and you're asking for the driver to take his eye off the road rather than just do that and then click without having to look there and know where your buttons are. Wipers on the right, indicators and lights on the left. Got automatic lights. Speedo on the left. Information display in the center with your coolant temperature and your fuel gauge. Coolant temperatures on the left, fuel gauges on the right, and then your speedo. In your information display, You've also got Baz, why do you come on this motorway? You know you shouldn't. You just shouldn't. But we're not in a hurry as such. We are actually. Oh, I was just kidding. So anyway, you saw the electric blind there as well. You've got, here's your 3-position electric memory seats, your electric windows here. Then you have power folding door mirrors. And that's your switch. I have tested them. If I knock that over to the right, that's the switch. That's the left one. So they're all working perfectly. Heated front screen, heated rear screen. Stop start, which you need to knock off straight away because it's the devil's idea. You know, they make brilliant things like blind spot indicator warning lamps, and then they make stop starts where you're just about to set off from a roundabout and your engine cuts out, and then you spurt forward right in front of a wagon. You're still pressing the accelerator. If you leave it late to pull out, that is, which you should never do. Just great, nice and comfortable. Front centre armrest there with, in there you've got USBs, I think you've got a HDMI, auxiliary in. Here, we saw the nav before, but you've got the audio video there where you can have the TV. I'm going to knock that off. Bluetooth, hands-free Bluetooth audio streaming. This nice wood grain, which Jaguar Land Rover products are. The wood grain is, as you would expect from English craftsmen, the finest in the world. Meridian speakers. Just a very, very nice car. Again, we've gone out and we've bought this in. Ah, dear me, look at the traffic coming the other way. This is the same every Friday now. Every Friday from about 11 o'clock in the morning. It makes it impossible to get back to Preston. If you go anywhere. So it may as well be a four-day week really, because you're not going anywhere on Friday. Fortunately, we're coming off at the next roundabout, so good car, good colour combination, good service history, tyres are great. It's the Autobiography, and really, really nice car. Good turn of speed, great diesel engine, That's 70. We'll just click cruise control on again, so there you go. Cruise on. Effortless. We're doing just under 70 miles an hour. It's doing about 1600 revs. I think really a sensible option would be, rather than to, you know, the miles, how many miles your car's done, you should also have how many revs it's covered. There's all sorts of things, all sorts of different, you know, stuck in traffic jams, as opposed to just doing 70 on a motorway at 1600 revs. There's a chap parks across the road from us at the garage, and of course he parks like that on the hill, and whether he's hearing impaired or whatever and can't hear the engine, but the engine, he sets off and the engine's screaming and he's slipping the clutch, and all you can smell is burning clutch and friction plate. You know, his car, it may have done, say, 15,000 miles, but it's probably done the same amount of revs as one that's done 100,000 miles. Goodness me, fancy parking there. They would rather cause an accident or get the child killed there, getting out of the car, and park in a sensible place. Keep going on, we've got some lovely cars in at the moment. We've just got a Discovery in British Racing Green with, is it Almond? I think it might be Almond upholstery. And it's beautiful. Got some Freelanders in. The Velar. Just sold the big Range Rover, the big Autobiography. We've got the other Autobiography left with the 4 seats. That's a fantastic car too. A couple of Jeeps. Got 3 Audi A1s. We've got a 2-litre Audi A1 coming that looks a bit of a beast. Bright yellow. We've got a bright orange metallic A1, an automatic. There we go. That's the little camera I've got here. That's overheated and gone off, and that's in what, 20 minutes. So as I was saying before about the all-round, the 360 cameras, these shouldn't be in cars. And I don't see as they, I mean, I wouldn't pull out onto a road looking at those screens. One of the reasons is, I suppose, the resolution on the screen, it ain't going to be 4K. It's I don't know what it is, but it's also a tiny percentage of the actual screen. Your eyes see in 8K, so it's a gimmick. It is. It's a gimmick. You heard it here first. I used to think they were a great idea, but since we've spent thousands of pounds over the years replacing cameras that nobody uses, I don't think that's such a good idea anymore. And it's amazing how when you're looking at them to buy them, and you say that camera don't work, oh, I never use it, never use it. Fair enough. Air conditioning's lovely as well. It's nice and cool. You got in there 2 cup holders, a power socket. Now then, have we got heated and cooled seats as well. So I didn't know that. I knew they were heated, but I didn't know they were cooled too. Polarised glasses making it difficult for me to see. All right. See, now that's another thing I didn't know. Because if I read the instruction books once in a while, I'd realise. So seat zone. You can choose where it's coming, whether it comes through the back and the seat squab, or the seat squab and not the back, or the back and not the seat squab. So that's seat zone there. And then let's just, that's turning it down, and that's putting the, whoa, you can also choose whether, that is very, very good considering I've got a bad back. So you can have it set where it just warms your back up. In fact, I think I'll do that. Or just warms your bum up. So I'll just put that on the back, that's on 3. Now that's a brilliant idea. And my lad I was going through red, he doesn't care. To be fair, he can say, and I don't quite understand these lights. You could get through there, but what time are we now? 20 to 2. Here comes the rain again. Annie Lennox. Or was that perhaps? Just trying to think whether it was the Eurythmics or just Annie Lennox. Lovely car. Rear wash wipe there, that's on the end. That's squirting the rear screen. Pull it towards you, that's squirting the front screen. If you've got your headlamps on, that'll also squirt the headlights. what can I say? Another fantastic car from Grosvenor Garage. I wish I could say I had a hand in sourcing it, but I didn't. It's all down to John. Here we go. Look at these cars here. Skoda, big Chrysler estate, Q7, Black Freelander, ML350, Q5, Jeep Renegade, BMW i3, another Freelander, Velar. John must have gone out because the Discovery's missing. The green Discovery, his new favourite car, is missing. I just rephotographed our 1 litre Golf. When I first photographed it and videoed it, it was in brilliant sunshine, and it made it look kind of a completely different colour, like a sickly yellow. And anyway, I rephotographed that yesterday, so that's looking beautiful too. So that's it. It's a lovely car. I really like it. Thoroughly recommend it. Come and buy it, please. It's John's weekend on as well this weekend, so feel free to ring him tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.